Hussein?
We know terrorist attacks. Camps. We know countries that have supported terrorism. We know leaders. We know people who have funded. I would go through the whole network as quickly as possible, and in going through that whole network, we would get some parts of the ones that did such damage to America.
Let's talk about Saddam Hussein. At least our government feels that he is a sponsor of terrorism. And yet after the Gulf War, when the world had perhaps its greatest justification for knocking that guy off, we didn't go to Baghdad, and the stated reason was that, hey, that wasn't part of the UN authorization. If the U.S. were to go after somebody like Saddam Hussein right now, wouldn't we potentially face world condemnation? And should we care?
No. We would not face world condemnation. We were doing something else 11 years ago. That was getting rid of the invasion of Iraq against Kuwait. Now we're doing a new chore, and a more important chore in a sense, and that is trying to get rid as much as we can of the terrorist network around the world. And I would say that states that have sponsored terrorism through all these years should be as much a target of attack as the terrorist groups themselves. So no, I wouldn't think that we would be condemned. And to tell you the truth, I was in the United Nations as ambassador there with Ronald Reagan in the 1980s, and I think America has a real good fix on what's important around the world, and I know the American people do. They have a wonderful fix. And if people stand up and object to what we're doing, tough.
So you could see a situation where within a matter of days, for instance, air attacks are underway in places like Iraq, possibly Iran, possibly Syria, certainly Afghanistan. All of those things happening perhaps simultaneously?
Yes. I could see that situation.
All right, Kenneth Edelman. Let me ask you another question.
Sure.
The camps in Afghanistan where a number of these people, where Osama bin Laden's people supposedly trained, we are told have been abandoned now. If they have scurried off and just sort of blended in with the civilian population, how do you go after them?
Well, I don't believe that all the camps that we know have been involved in terrorism in that part of the world are empty. And number two, I think that we at least have some record of who some of these individuals are. So part of the chore is to do it from air, and part of the chore is to do it from special operations. That's difficult, it's costly, it's long-term, but boy, it's necessary.
Kenneth Edelman, the former U.S. Arms Control and Disarmament Agency head, thanks for your expertise.
You're welcome.
Rita?
All right, John. Well, now we want to hear your voice here on Fox News Live. So
we want our viewers to give us a call. 1-888-TEL-FOX is the number. We already have Felicia from Michigan on the line. Felicia, you're on live. What's on your mind today?
Good afternoon.
Hi.
First of all, I'd like to commend all of Fox News. You're doing a great job, stand-up job.